Hello! Today I'm going to solve with you some problems from homework. This way we'll have another way of studying for the test and for finals. So I put several of the problems that you had to do as homework on page 721 and 722 over here on the board, and I am going to solve them with you. So this way you know what to do, and if you are getting the formulas correct and the height correct, because now when we have two heights to deal with when we are talking about triangles and especially squares and rectangles, that can get a little confusing. So let's go for the problems. The first problem on page 721 and 722 is problem number 2. Problem number 2 gives us a prism that has a triangular base. So the first thing you have to pay attention is, what is the base? Because the volume is found multiplying the area of the base by the height of the geometric figure. So if you don't find what the base is, then it gets confusing. So let's see. First of all, we have a triangle. See, we have two triangles here, and those are the ones that form the base. So two triangles, base is a triangle. So the formula for the area of the base, which is a triangle here, it's going to be base times height divided by 2. So you cannot forget to divide by 2, because this is how you find the area of the base. Once you found the area of the base, then yes, you can multiply that by the height. So we're going to do a one strip that has all the information. So the volume is base times height divided by 2 times the height of the prism. In this case, it's the prism with a base that is a triangle. So here we go. The base measures 11. So this is going to be 11 times the height. We can see the height of our triangle right here. So this is 7 divided by 2 times what? The height. So the height of the prism is this other measurement right here, which is 14. Once we multiply everything, I've done it already over here. So 11 times 7 divided by 2 multiplied by 14 is 539 meters squared. So this here is the answer for our first problem, problem number 2. 539 square meters. All right? So now I'm going to erase this because I took all the space for problem number 4. So I will write it over here that the volume is 539 meters squared. Okay? All right. So now let's go to our next problem, which is problem number 2. For problem number 2, we are working with a cylinder. The cylinder here, see, we have a circle as a base. One base on top, one base in the bottom. Kind of like getting a marker. One circle right here, the other right here, and this is the height of our cylinder. So this is a cylinder, okay? All right, and we have one circle here, one circle here, which is the same that we see over there on the board. So two circles, that is the base. So the volume is going to be found first with the area of the base, which in this case is a circle, and then we multiply it by the height. So the height of the cylinder, which is this part over here, measures 40. But look, we are working with a circle. When we are going to find the area of a circle, our formula, so the volume here is going to be the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. We have to pay attention that the information we have over here is not the radius. This 25 here is the diameter. So we have to divide this by 2. So this here gives us a radius of 12.5, which is half of the diameter. So the volume is going to be the area of the circle times the height of our cylinder. So the volume here is what? 3.14 times the radius, and not the diameter, the radius, 12.5 to the second power. Don't forget that only the radius is to the second power, times the height. The height of the cylinder here is 40 centimeters. So when we see a drawing, that doesn't look like height, it's laying flat. So we have to always imagine the base down. So just like we did with the triangle had the base down. The height is this part here. For the cylinder, same thing. The height is this part over here, which is this part over here of the cylinder. So when we multiply all this, I've done this again, this is 19,635 centimeters cubed. Sorry here, this is not square, this is cube. All right, because when we do volume, we are multiplying 3 times, we're multiplying the radius twice, so that is already to the second power, so that's squared. When we multiply by the height, we multiply once again by the centimeters, so this is 19,635 centimeters cubed. I'm very sorry I said squared before, but it's cubed. And this is our last exercise for now, number 6. Number 6 is a cube. Sort of, because it's not a square. So we have here a base of 5, a little height, or the width and length, right? 5 and 1.5. And then we have the height of our prism here, which is 4 inches. So once again, we write the volume as the area of the base. This here is our base. So the base is base times height. Since this is a rectangle, then this is not divided by 2. We just divide by 2 over here if this is a triangle base, because that's the formula of area of triangle. Now we are working with a rectangle, and the area of the base here is a rectangle, the area of a rectangle. So this is 5 times 1.5. Then times the height of my prism, which is 4. Okay, so now we are going to put the information here. That's why I think it's very important when you're doing this to write what you're doing. So this way you don't miss any information. All the information is right there for you. So the volume here is base 5 times the height, which is 1.5 or 1.5, times the height, which is 4. So 5 times 1.5 times 4. So the volume is going to be 30 inches cubed. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more on how to find the volume of a prism and of a cylinder. I will come back with more examples for you to study.